What is up, guys? Mexicano AO here, and I'm bringing you a unboxing video of the Ouya console. I'll tell you right now, I've had a lot of fun with this thing. I've played with it for maybe 9 hours, to be honest, in overall time, and I got this thing like 2 days ago. I've played the crap out of it, and I gotta say, it's an awesome console. It's a hard thing to set up, but when you get it all set up, it's amazing. It's not even because of wires or anything, it's just because of doing an internet setup and a setup of the credit card or whatever. So that way you can get games and all that. And I'll go more into that as the video goes on. I need to put this right here for a moment when I open this up. I'm sorry I don't have a cameraman. I really wish I did. I did have one yesterday, but the video quality, it was good, but I couldn't upload it through that. So, here is the Ouya. Give me a minute. This is what comes in the box. So begins the revolution. Back up so that way you can see it. It's gonna appear like that, like so. That's oh, sorry, I was blocking the camera. That's the cover, you just slide it off. And here is the Ouya console. That's probably not good. Okay. Well, inside the box you'll get an Ouya console. Let me do this, bring it into the light, because this is blocking it. It's not making it look good. The way the light hits it. As you can see, there's Ouya. It says it right on there. And I'm sorry about the background. It's a little bit of a mess. We're in the middle of cleaning. This thing has a NVIDIA Tegra 3 quad-core processor, I believe. If I am not mistaken. Yep, I am not mistaken. It's a very good machine. I enjoy it. The graphics on it are pretty amazing, considering it was $99. And as you can see, it's pretty small. The controller is like bigger than the console, and it overall runs really well. I can't really run any video for you, unfortunately, because I don't have a graphics card, and I don't think a camera would be too fitting for it. So this part, you're just gonna have to take my word for it. It is very nice. I enjoy it, and it is really fun to play with. So first off, I'm going to do the controller right here. Tell you guys a little bit about it. This right here, as you can see, the little sticks are something like the PS3 controllers, which I do enjoy because I play PS3 a lot, and this feels very comfortable. Though it reminds me a lot of the Xbox, I do not mind it. It is very comfortable. And right here, as you can see, little button layout, Ouya, like that, O-U-Y-A, and normally I just remember it as like the Xbox controls or the PS3 controls, because when you play certain games like Chrono Blade, they're pretty much the same, even though you can't play those games. The D-pad, it is very comfortable. Hold on, let me switch my hands again. It is considerably comfortable. It's very, it's not sticky or anything. It reminds me a lot of the Xbox D-pad, which I wasn't too impressed with. However, it is just fine. As you can see, there's a little button in the middle right there, and you're gonna press and hold that to connect the Ouya to the controller to the Ouya. And you may not be able to see it there, but hold on, let me hit this. Right there, you see those lights pop up, and you do your thing. Once it connects, the two middle lights, hold on, let me press that again. The two middle lights will flash alone, and it'll begin the connection process. Alright. To the face plates, I'm sorry, I'm kind of blocking everything. Hold on. Let me do this. God dang it. Really wish I could have uploaded the video yesterday because quality was much better and it went by a lot smoother, but that isn't a problem really. Again, my hand is in the camera. I'm sorry. You see, you can take these off. The faceplate right there, it's aluminum sandblasted. Feels kind of weird. Gives it a futuristic look, but I like it. As you can see right there, there's the batteries. These run on 2 AA batteries, and surprisingly enough, they lasted a while. I mean, I played it for 9 hours, and I changed it once because I thought there was a lag in the controls, which in reality it wasn't. The system just gets a bit hot sometimes. It doesn't get hot like Xbox hot, but it does get considerably warm considering all things. And that's pretty much controller. I almost forgot. There's a little touchpad right here. Basically like the laptop where you just go like that and a little mouse pops up on screen. It's pretty cool. Alright. That's controller right there. Oh, hold on. Triggers and the bumpers. The triggers on top, click. That's where the Wi-Fi comes out. And the bumpers here do not click, unfortunately. So I may be getting these things mixed up. These might be the bumpers. These might be the sticker. God, I'm already messing up. I don't know. I could be switching these two up, but I don't really care at the moment. What I don't like is that these feel a little weird. They're not uncomfortable. It's just that they feel a little. They get a little sticky once they go down there, and it just doesn't feel right. To an extent. I mean, it's not a terrible feeling, but I just don't like it as far as the buttons go. I like the fact that this clicks. I don't like the fact that this clicks. This one makes it feel like it's just hanging on, you know? That's controller right there. Let me finish saying what's in the box. You will get an HDMI cable and a warranty, along with a instruction manual. So the instruction manual is basically like 4 steps, so it's not even a worry. An AC power adapter comes with it, but I don't have it on me at the moment. I have it in my room somewhere, which is probably not a good idea. But anyway, back to the console. Right here, as you can see, there's a little button right there. When you press it, the U, as in the Ouya, will pop up on there, which is very cool. I like it. There's a hidden light back there. Again, Ouya right there. And on the bottom, there's a fan. Unfortunately, the fan does not work very well. It doesn't even look like it would function well, to be honest. The holes are a little small as far as that goes. And it looks like a lot of the air would just be blocked up because that's how it stands. So it blocks the air and it keeps it, and it overheats a lot faster if you do that. So I recommend turning it on its side, which I understand looks really stupid, really derpy, but it'll improve the connectivity between Wi-Fi and the controller, and it'll prevent it from overheating. And this is another part that I should go into about the setup. If you turn it like this, the aluminum case, I don't know how, it blocks the signal and it kind of weakens it, which is a little weird because it's an Ouya, it's a Android-based system, so you would expect the Wi-Fi, something that's just standard in today's tech age, you'd expect it to be you expect it to connect very easily, considering it's based off phones, you know? Unfortunately, that isn't the case, so the case is the problem in this case. Wow, that was a really bad joke. I should not have even attempted. So, yeah. The screws on top holds this little plate in. And I haven't finished going over the specs. I'll restate again. The NVIDIA Tegra 3 quad-core processor for the CPU. We also have a 1 gig of RAM for the memory. I went over these before, but I just like to keep it on the side. Storage, 8 gigabyte internal flash storage. Very cool, very cool. And you can also expand it using the port spec here. which I should go over these real quick. That's an Ethernet port right there. That, I'm not entirely sure what that port is. That's where the power adapter cord is going to go, so that way you can plug it in to here, then into the wall. Looks a little old-fashioned. I wish I could show you, but I don't really want to stop the recording just yet. Right there, that is the that's the USB port. I'm sorry, it just didn't look good for a minute there, the lighting. And then that's the HDMI port. And as far as I know, so far, I haven't really been able to plug it into a computer. And if you have a small screen, I really recommend that you don't really play with it, because it'll display it to a certain extent, and then if the screen is just too small, it'll keep expanding or whatever to the size that it's supposed to be, and the picture will be enlarged, and it'll be basically be zoomed in, and it'll cut off some screen, which isn't very helpful. That's another feature I don't like about the Ouya, but it's $99, so I mean, I can overlook that, to be honest. Now on to the setup. When you start up, you're obviously going to connect the Wi-Fi. That's something you're going to do with a lot of systems, just because if you have Wi-Fi, if you intend on playing on the internet, you need to do that. But unfortunately with this, it's completely mandatory. You have to be connected to the Wi-Fi, and there are some connectivity issues, so if you're having that, recommend you do that. What is it called? It is a very oh, excuse me, burps. Excuse me. The connectivity, again, bad. To a certain extent, my connectivity isn't bad. I can play it pretty well. After you get all the setup, though, you don't need to constantly connect it, which is really cool. I like that feature. It's an offline and online console. So, after you connect it and all that, here comes the next part where you create a Ouya account, which isn't very hard. You don't have to pay for the Ouya account. It is, you simply sorry, I thought I heard something in my house. Yeah, all you do is you put in your email, create a username and a password. Then you just go on forward. As for the next part, which a lot of people really don't like, it's when you put in a credit card for this. My recommendation, you don't. You go to a Walgreens or something, and then you buy a prepaid card, and I mean like a Visa or MasterCard. You can't really put gift cards into there, like a Target gift card. You can't. It has to be one of those prepaid cards. And then you put this in for a couple of reasons. One, you don't give out any of your personal information. Two, it sets a limit, so that way you can, if you decide to buy any games on there, and I might as well say right now, a lot of the games are free to play, but it's only an aspect of it. You can play it for an hour, and then they'll tell you, okay, if you want to keep playing, you buy the game. If you want more levels to the game, you gotta pay like $5 or something like that. The most expensive game I've seen on there was Final Fantasy, about $20. There's a really cool game called Ravensword, and it reminds me a lot of Skyrim, which I recommend you guys try out and buy. It's $10. It's like a mobile-based Skyrim. It's really cool. I recommend it completely. Anyway, as I was saying, a lot of the games on there aren't expensive, so you just basically you get the demos that you want to play. Some games on there are completely free, gives you everything for free. Other games are like will give you half the game and you have to pay for the other half. You know, it's because they are still developers and they still got to make their own money. Can't be completely free. I understand that. I'm just gonna play the demos. I've probably, like, I don't even know. I've spent maybe $20 in games on here, and that gave me so many games. Like $20, you're gonna get a cheap game for the PS3, the PSP, or the Xbox. On here, you're gonna get probably about 5 decent games for a mobile. AKA Raven Sword, Chrono Blade, Vector. A lot of the games that we like to play these days. And it's an awesome. It's, as far as that goes, this thing has won me. Alright. Once you get past that, it's pretty much you go on from there. It updates and you get to play your games. So that is pretty much it on the Ouya console. Again, no gameplay footage. I may do that another time. If I break and decide to use a camera, I can show you guys, but I'll be using a higher definition camera. I can guarantee that. So that is the Ouya console, $99. The controllers are like $40-50, kind of like the PS3 ones, or in the Xbox ones, like $10 cheaper, which isn't that big of a deal. And the batteries, they last a long time, but I recommend you carry an extra set of batteries, just so that way, if it decides to die on you, you have another set. And for people who play Xbox, that's not really going to be that big of a deal, because you're easily gonna have batteries. That's all I can really say. You're just gonna have batteries on the side. Now, my tips for this: first off, not a credit card, a prepaid card makes it a lot easier on you, and it saves your personal information. Because I might as well say here as well that this is an open source. You can easily modify it. I have a 500 gigabyte external hard drive. I can easily plug it up and put millions of games on there. But I choose not to do that because I'm lazy like that. And the games on there that I have, I'm pretty happy with. There's some games that are kind of iffy, but for a majority of it, you're getting what you pay for. Again, on the side, so that way to prevent overheating and to increase the connectivity between the controller and the system, the system and the Wi-Fi. That's pretty much it. Weight comparison, it's probably, I don't know, maybe like 6. At most, I'd say a pound. Not even. It's pretty light. I don't know though. I lift, but this is pretty light. I gotta say, it's probably like a 6th lighter than like the PS3, and a 10th lighter than the Xbox. So yeah, that's the Ouya console. I recommend it completely to people, though there are some aspects of it that I just don't like. I don't like the idea of having to put in a card. I don't like the idea. I don't like the feel of the bumpers back here. I don't like the what is it called? The setup is kind of iffy, and there's just some problems with the console that isn't too good with it. But the pros of it, you get a bunch of cool free games that will entertain you for hours. I can vouch for that. The controller, you get a very comfortable controller, and if you don't want to use that, you can use PS3 and Xbox controllers to an extent, because they're not completely made for the Ouya. But I'm sure in the future they'll include an update where you can completely use those consoles or those controllers. But who knows? Yeah, it's a very cool system. HDMI port in the back, so no AV cords anymore. None of that. So sorry, people who still play on 720p. Unfortunately, you're gonna have to get an HDMI cable, or you're gonna have to do something. I don't know, a TV that works on 1080p. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. My overall consensus aspects I don't like. Not too many. It always comes out with the console, but for $99, you're getting what you paid for. You're going to enjoy it once you get it set up. And it's a family-friendly thing, so if you have kids, they will love it. I guarantee you, they will play it for hours. I'm almost 16. I'm more into Call of Duty, and I'm still playing this thing. I'm playing this thing for hours on end, and it's just mindless. It's not mindless, but in a way, it's mindless fun, and another way, it's not mindless fun, because there are puzzle games for those of you who are strategy-wise. But yeah, I've rambled on enough. Again, recommendation, cannot say this enough. I recommend it. It is a very cheap console. Overall, you're probably going to be paying like up front, you're probably going to be paying $120 off the bat, which in reality is still just a third of what you're going to pay for the Xbox, the Xbox One, the PS4, the PS3, and the Xbox right now. It's very cheap. I recommend it. You guys will have fun with it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Like and favorite if you've enjoyed. Subscribe to Fly with the Flock today. And I'll see you all next time.